If you want to live longer, you want to be healthier and happier, mind your own business. My name is Marcelle Hansen, and you're listening to Small Habits, Big Changes. Let's dive in. Stop wasting your precious time. There is no benefit in looking outside yourself at your neighbors, at your colleagues, at your friends, at your siblings, and comparing yourself to others. You are unique in that your experiences will not be the same as others, and theirs not the same as yours. Stop focusing on shit you cannot control. And newsflash, 99% of what happens, you cannot control. This is outside of your realm, outside of your domain, no matter how powerful, no matter what position you hold, no matter how knowledgeable you are, how wise, very little is within your control. And I'll say that 1% that is within your control should be the majority of your world. You want to get yourself connected. You want to manage your stable table. Managing that will allow you to manage your emotional state. And from that point, you will have gained the clarity on your purpose and you can easily live on purpose every single day. Healthy, happy, add the longevity in there if you want to stick around, but you need to mind your business. You know, many of you consume like you are right now. Maybe you're on YouTube. Maybe you're listening to a podcast. You're reading self-development books. You're watching TED Talks. You're listening to podcasts. Imagine listening to a story of someone having like an amazing, delicious cake, and they're walking you through the recipe, all the ingredients you need, the wet ingredients, the dry ingredients, how to mix them up, when to blend them in, fold the dry into the wet, what temperature to have the oven at, how long to preheat it, any tips and tricks that they've learned, how long to keep it in the oven, whether or not you check it or not, and when it should be done, and what to do when it's done baking. Many of you listen to that story and you're like, hey, I want a cake. I want a delicious cake. And you deserve a delicious cake. And here you have just been taught, shared with, instructed on how to prepare said cake. All the ingredients you need. Everything you need from top to bottom, you've just been shared, you've just learned, and then no sooner do you leave that podcast or leave that YouTube video and you walk over fully anticipating this joyous change in your life and you excitedly open up the oven and you expect that there is a cake in there that is done, ready to consume for your pleasure. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if you don't see it from that, I'm not sure what other prompting you need. You must prepare yourself. You must get prepared. You must have the ingredients. You must mix them properly. You must put them all together. You must hold that intent. Your oven's got to be hot. Got it preheated. You get that baking dish in there and then you wait. You wait while it bakes. You don't turn it up higher because you think it's going to be done sooner and that's more is better. It's going to take 20 minutes, 25 minutes, however long. I don't bake cakes. I do other shit that this cake is a metaphor for. You need to do the work. There's so many people that reach out and want results and they're willing to do the work. Those are the people that I love helping. I love connecting with folks that are just at a place in their journey where something I've said has resonated with them. And that means I could be the one to share a message with you that moves you to that next step. I'm not looking to be someone's lifelong guru. That would be ridiculous. But we each learn differently at each stage of our lives and different voices and different frequencies resonate with us. It's your job. It's my job when those circumstances arise to be awake and aware to it, and then to take action, to reach out. If that's you, if that's today, if that's on any episode you've heard of Small Habits, Big Changes, if you've heard anything and it's resonated, then reach out and join our wellness community. It's growing. It's by text. It is free. It costs you nothing. If you are able to text a US number, this is a Seattle-based number, then it is free to you. It costs you absolutely nothing but the minimal time to type in the number 206-483-2960 and text the word yes. The questions and the wins and the stories that I get through there are fantastic. And I reply to you personally. We don't blow up your phone. You can unsubscribe at any time. But if you feel like you need just a little bit of support, maybe in this moment, and that's it, There it is for you. You can't say you don't have any options or that you don't have resources. It's absolutely free. I guarantee that if the message is speaking to you, you will benefit from it. 206-483-2960. Text the word yes. Ask any questions. Share any wins, any struggles. Happy to be a support for you. And if you found any bit of the message, again, valuable, share it with a friend who you think also might find value in it. I know we live in a day and age where we can have almost anything at the snap of our fingers. Amazon delivers in a day or two. We've got DoorDash and companies that bring us food within almost the time that we could bake it or make it ourselves, delivered to our door. You want something funny, you want a funny interaction, you want to be humored or educated, just pop open your phone. Thousands of apps will give that to you. You can watch a movie at the drop of a dime. You don't even have to sign up or pay for most of these. They're just at your disposal. But where that stops is on self-development. You don't mature and grow within yourself, develop yourself, become wiser by accident. You just don't. Either you put in the time, you might get lucky, or you put in the time and you do the hard things, the consistent things, the self-care. I'm not saying to go out and work harder. In fact, I might be saying the opposite. If you're working so hard during the day that you're exhausted at night and all you feel like you can do is collapse on the couch and then consume 4 to 5 hours before going to bed, probably too late, probably after eating processed food and not hydrating throughout the day, dude, you got it backwards. And if you think like, well, how will I pay my bills? It's like, well, then you're living, if that's even a question to you, then you are living above your means. Let's just call it what it is. I've been there. I've been there a lot of times. And it's a beautiful place to not be there because you can choose what you do with your time. You can choose anyway, but you can choose and still live the lifestyle that you want. When you're clear and on purpose, you'll be aligned with abundance and you will see a different light. You'll have a different perspective, but you're not going to get there from here. The only time you get there is when you're there. You have to think and embody the person that would live there. As long as you embody the poor me, I have to go to work, I have to sit in traffic, I have to. When you reinforce that language within yourself and you tell other people, oh, I can't, I have to go to work, or I have to stay late for work or whatever. It's not that those things don't sometimes happen, but it's your languaging that's forcing you to reinforce. It's your language that is reinforcing your victimy. Victimy or victory. That's it. One or the other. You can be cause or you can be effect. I put cause first because that is the way to go. That's the way to be a winner. That's the way to win at this game. Winners don't play the blame game. They're accountable for their actions. They are accountable at every turn. They are cause. They have chosen that. They embrace that. And as a result, they are free. If you feel like you don't have the amount of freedom you have in your life, it's because you're playing a victim. You're playing the effect. Life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. If you can wrap your head around that small reframe and embrace it, you will experience a different life. One filled with freedom, one filled with awe, one filled with joy and happiness and perspective. Right now, you're running a parallel road to happiness, and you can see some other people might be on there. Probably most of the ones you see on social media are actually not on that road. They're just ahead of you on the road you're on. Either way, mind your business. Stay in your lane. Focus on what you need to do. And once you get focused enough, you will get on the right path. Your focus will lead you to the right path for you, whatever that looks like. But we're meant to live a very abundant life. And look around us. We got veggies and fruits. We have amazing nature, beautiful water still, despite all of our efforts to soil all that and degrade our soil nutrients. We're working really hard, facetiously, I say, as a mass to make things more difficult. But it only takes a few to rise up and balance that out with greatness, with wholeness, with authenticity, with freedom. I want that to be you. If I can help you in any other way, other than just hearing my podcast, please reach out. I'm happy to do so. Think about what I said. Cause or effect. You can be one, but you cannot be both. You can choose one or the other. This is where binary does exist. This is where it's an either or. There's nowhere in between. If you're sometimes at effect, then you'll always have that effect as your operating system. You'll always have that victim voice. Why me? How come I can't be like so-and-so? When you choose cause, doesn't mean you control everything. Remember, 99% of everything that happens in the world is far beyond your control. But that 1%, it means you control that to the best of your ability. You influence it positively and consistently. And regardless of how it goes, you take responsibility. You're accountable for your 1%. And that 1% translates to 100% of your experience. It really does. Once you take ownership and you are accountable for how you behave, how you respond, and what's going on in your life, when you take responsibility for that, that 1% becomes your 100%. And that's where the freedom lies. That's where it lies. You can't have it any other way. You will never, ever, ever experience freedom from the perspective of a victim. Can't be done. Doesn't exist. It just doesn't. It can't. The victim within the victim won't allow it to be. And maybe you've compartmentalized, and maybe there's parts of your life where you are at cause and that you take responsibility. Maybe that's your work. And then you come home and you're a victim to household chores or your kids or your spouse. Doesn't work that way. Just doesn't. You are at cause or you are at effect. You choose. It's beautiful. You get the choice, but that's it. Can't have both. You can make money or you can make excuses. Focus. Your focus determines the level of freedom that you will experience. Focus. Don't focus on dumb shit. Don't focus on dumb shit. Focus on your shit. Focus on you. Get connected, manage your stable table, manage your emotional state, and then set some big goals, some big juicy ones, and live from a place of purpose. Every day, strive to fulfill that. That will be your legacy. They say the average person lives 82 right now. I don't know that might be the longevity of their life, but I don't know if that's the health line, like the healthiness of their life. I'm going to $150. I think I've mentioned that more than a few times, but that's a healthy, happy, vibrant, mobile, flexible 150. At this point, if you don't have within your arsenal the ability to manage your state from day to day, your emotions, your feelings, your responses to things, you're not managing your stable table, you're not staying connected to whatever is greater than you are, whether that's the universe or God or spirit or nature. If you're not connected, if you're not hydrating, if you're not moving your body every day, if you're not eating well and sleeping consistently, you are not going to be able to manage your state. You are more likely to blame others for the situation that you are in, for the state of your life. And if you make it to 82, you'll probably be miserable. So we're not looking to extend a miserable life. How long do you need to be miserable before you make a change? Everybody's different, but if you're ready to make that change, there's so much available to you. Tony Robbins says it's never, ever a matter of resources. It's a matter of resourcefulness. It's never, ever a matter of resources. We all have the same amount of time. We have capacity for the same amount of energy, the capacity for the same amount of wealth, happiness, love in our lives. We're all very capable beings. It's not a matter of that. All those things are available to you without limit. It's a matter of your resourcefulness. How much do you want it? Are you taking responsibility for your life? I hope you are. I hope you are. I hope something I've said, something someone else has said, something that you've said to yourself is enough to push you forward, to pull you into the greater being that you are becoming, to live more fully from your potential. That's what I want for everybody. You are resourceful. Let's get to it. Thanks so much for listening today. I look forward to connecting either through the wellness community via text. You can leave a message, a reply, a comment here if it's available to you. If you're on YouTube, you can comment below. Otherwise, until next time, be resourceful. Thank you so much for listening today. If you feel any part of this episode resonated with you, then please consider sharing it with a friend who may also find value in it. And remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And before you go, did you know we have a fantastic free text community? If you want more bite-sized health hacks and reminders delivered directly to your phone, absolutely free, then text keyword YES to 206-483-2960. Again, that's keyword YES to 206-483-2960. And we'll see you on the inside.